Hey everyone, it's Dr. DeCubellis from Main Street Chiropractic, and I am at Mar Health and Performance here with owner Mike Riccio. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
So one thing I wanted to have him talk about is the difference in the types of weights we can use to work out, because we've seen kettlebells, we've seen normal dumbbells, there's lots of different things, but they can have different purposes and they might be more beneficial for one person over another. So I wanted to have Mike kind of comment on this so it answers those questions. So I know kind of a loaded question, but tell us a little bit about the difference between these and why someone might use one versus the other one.
Absolutely. You know, in the end, in a specific exercise, we want to get a specific response out of that exercise. And sometimes we don't know what tool is going to get that. It really depends on someone's strengths coming in. So from a general perspective, kettlebells were originally used for more of a power element. So swinging, very fast movements, athletic movements. And that's where they started. And they still live there very much so. But there's a secondary element too, to where when you hold the kettlebell, one, it attaches into your arm. So it has a little bit different element versus a dumbbell that is going to give you more of a left to right, a more lateral challenge. The kettlebell is going to attach and become more of an attachment of your arm altogether. Now what's going to challenge you more is the way it challenges the wrist. It's a bit easier to keep what's called a neutral wrist in a dumbbell, where this is going to challenge you, where many people are going to start breaking. So in some ways, a dumbbell is easier because it doesn't cause that same response, but in others, a kettlebell might be easier because of the line of pull and the line of strength that it causes along the forearm.
That makes sense. So it depends on what you're trying to work out and also what the stability maybe of your wrist might be.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So now what about the weighted balls?
Yeah, so these we actually use a ton. So similar to a regular medicine ball, we do have heavy and light, everything from a 4-pound up to a 40-pound jam ball. So from a power element, these jam balls are made to stick. So when I throw it on the ground, a regular medicine ball comes back up to me. This forces me to go back to the ground to get it.
Nice.
So it'll force another squat, another deadlift. It'll force different range of motion. I can also use it as a tool to hold. So where someone maybe might have trouble holding a dumbbell or a kettlebell because it gets a little farther away from the body, doing things like hugs and low holds on a stability ball might help things like a squat or a deadlift be a little more capable, or to be honest, it might just stimulate someone differently, where someone's very used to using dumbbells all the time, and we give them the same weight with a jam ball, the body just reacts differently, has to stabilize differently, and it becomes a different type of challenge where it wasn't before.
And a lot of that too just comes from the way that you're holding it. We saw the difference with the way that you're holding the ball versus the kettlebell versus the weight, but also because of the way you're holding it, it's changing your center of gravity. So exactly like you said, it's going to utilize different muscle groups, maybe some that haven't been worked out in our week. So something to where using a 10-pound kettlebell might be very easy, but a 10-pound ball, totally different world.
Yes. It also opens up our options in terms of circuits, where one tool might allow me back-to-back exercises where I don't have to have my members changing tools and figuring out what weights to use, but instead they can more efficiently, more cleanly go from a standing exercise with a squat to a core exercise that needed a ball. Because it's heavy enough, it works for both drills back-to-back.
That makes a lot of sense. And I mean, with this too, the way you have everything set up, it's very, very open. This is a huge space. So being able to almost get a whole workout in right here with all these different things, you're not even touching 99% of the rest of the space here. So it's really, really great, the options that you have for everyone. So I hope that answers the question, what the difference is between them. It really is going to depend on you, but that's why you really need an expert to help you through and make the best decision so you don't get injured when you're working out. So thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. See you soon.
No problem.